Okay.
Happy Thursday, everyone. Right here
Happy
with
Thursday.
episode number 6.
Episode
Número
6.
6.
Oh, okay, number 6.
Number
Yes, sir.
six.
That's a
Damn,
good
6
number.
weeks
That's
already,
Rebecca,
huh?
my daughter's
Yeah.
birthday, January
Yeah,
6th.
so
baseball players
yeah.
are,
Thank you guys for
Always
joining
members.
us again. We're getting better. We're having a blast doing this. This is going to be a good one today. It might get interesting. It might get really, really interesting. No, I'm just kidding. Gus Rico here, Braves Baseball Academy. I'm going to let these gentlemen introduce themselves to my left. Go ahead.
Oh, Lira, welcome back. Episode 6. We're here to, we're having fun more and more, getting a little bit more used to it, getting more comfortable. That's how it's supposed to be. So, we got a guy right here to my right that'll introduce himself right here.
Chuy Rico, Gus's older brother. Thank you guys for having me, Braves Baseball Academy. Excited to be here. I think you guys are doing a great job, by the way. It's
Thank
not
you.
easy. I've done a couple of these, and trust me, it's not easy to be up here, and especially going live where you guys don't
Yeah.
edit, you guys let it fly.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. But
We don't edit it on the fly. We just
yeah,
go.
we
but
just
that's
go.
good stuff, though.
Authentic.
Authentic.
Exactly, authentic. It's all about authenticity. So, like I said, thank you guys for having me. I'm excited, a little nervous, but
Oh,
I'm sure we'll
man,
be all
come
right.
on, bro.
Nervous. I must have missed the memo with the hats, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, your haircut looks nice, though.
Oh,
I ain't gonna lie. Your haircut looks nice.
Hey, but why don't we tell everybody why we started at 7:46
We started at
and not
7:40 something
7:30?
because Lira over here decided to go get a haircut, and he ran late. But it's all good. We haven't started on time at all. All 6 episodes have been late.
That's
know?
okay, but you gotta understand. I went in there believing there was only one guy, and I showed up. There's 4 guys to wait for.
Okay.
And my thing is, presentation's huge. So
Oh.
Right.
I'd rather, you know what I'm saying? We could be 10 minutes late, but as
Yeah,
long
yeah,
as
yeah.
we look good,
And everything's backed up because of graduation season.
you
yeah,
go.
like
So, all
I
right.
think it was worth it, So, but
Definitely.
here we are.
All right. Well, again, thank you guys for joining us. We're going to get started here. Go ahead, Lyra. You might want to ask the questions here since, I think we're both involved.
Yeah.
Little disclaimer: it's really hot in here.
It's really hot in here,
my
but
brother
we're not going to
said-
tell you guys where we're at.
Right. My brother said it'd be okay with a hoodie.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
we're somewhat like in an island, or not island, but like, we're getting that vibe off right now. So in the Caribbeans, it's pretty hot.
Man, summer's here.
Yeah,
Let's
there
do
you
this.
go.
Let's do this.
Alrighty. Well, here we go, man. Braves Baseball Academy. That right there was what started back in 2010, founded by. But there is history before that as well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about that.
So we started in 07 as Delano Tigers. And we rode the Tigers for a little bit.
Yeah, Delano Tigers.
It was cool because we used to go to we used to wear the D hat, for Detroit, and then the uniform we like the paw for Clemson,
the Clemson
the
paw.
Clemson paw.
Oh, okay.
That was pretty dope.
All our dry fits
Yeah,
and T-shirts have
and
the
our
Clemson
first
paw.
ever T-shirt was like Tigers EST 2007 baseball. I think Rafa has it. He's the only one that has it. I'm gonna have to buy it
Right.
from him. And he's gonna have to. It costs pretty penny.
And then the first ever jerseys that like actual jersey that we that our kids, our players got, it was Cal State Fullerton,
Yeah.
their white uniform with the
okay.
navy blue pinstrips and the orange. Said
Damn.
Tiger across the chest,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
So you guys been coming out with some badass uniforms
Yeah.
since 2007 days.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or like Coach
Alright.
Deion Sanders said,
I
look
want
good,
to
feel
say,
good,
I
feel
want
good,
to say
play
we want
good.
those uniforms though because correct me if I'm wrong. Cal State Fullerton won it like in 05 or 06.
Oh, Fullerton.
04?
Yeah. They won in 04.
Yeah,
And then
And
we started in 07, but Fullerton was hot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fullerton,
Justin Turner.
Fullerton was like the Vanderbilt right now.
Yes.
Like
Oh,
they were,
yeah.
right,
Tennessee.
like Vandy boys right now.
Tennessee.
Yeah, that
Tennessee's
was
on top right
Fullerton when we started this, so that's why we
and
were.
then Fullerton
influenced.
had that little moment too in like 2010,
Yeah.
11, 12 era where they were good those years
Yeah.
years as
But
well. So,
a lot of
okay.
history
It all
there.
started with our good friends of ours in the beautiful city of Van Nuys.
Right.
Shout out to the beautiful city of Van Nuys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yay. And it started off with, a couple of gentlemen,
Right. Compa Eddie out there, who good friend of ours, family friend forever. He had one of his kids was playing for the Bums. And we've mentioned before, a bunch of family friends had their kids playing for other travel teams.
Okay.
The Bombs, the Black Widows,
Yeah.
I remember
the
Valley Cats.
the Valley Cats.
There was a Valley cat. I'll tell you
Right,
hyped
and then
up right
someone remember the Sikozics, big baseball family in the
Yeah.
Valley. They had the White Sox.
White Sox.
The White Sox, who has been around. The White Sox have been around since I was young, and so they come up to my brother and I, and they said, instead of having all our kids spread around, why don't we start a travel team here in our hometown? And we're like, oh, that's a great idea. Who's going to coach it? They're like, well, you guys should coach it. And thankfully, they trusted us with the little knowledge that my brother and I had at that time. I still have a little bit of knowledge compared to this guy, right? But
Bro, you
with the little bit of knowledge that we had.
like, it was crazy back then. I was like a firecracker. I was like you, Lira. I was like, what? What did you say?
I started off like that, but then you learn how to calm down, and you start realizing, like, you know what?
Especially with the umpire. Especially with the umpire.
There was
outage
this
right now.
one time we were playing the West Covina Fear. Amazing baseball team. And I forgot his name, third base coach. He said something, and then I forgot.
That's Amaya, who was with the Dodgers.
Jacob Amaya.
He's now with the Marlins.
Yes, he's now with the Marlins.
His
he
father.
He played on that team.
And his father was coaching
so like,
third.
looking at each other's faces. And there was another one, I don't know. And then my brother would look at me like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, we're going to fight these people. You're 18, 19, 20 years old. Like, dude, stop all that.
This was like 19 calling out like these older gentlemen. And
But we're going to get to that, though, because I think that's one of those questions, like, you know, how did the time, what has changed in the...
How have you guys evolved?
Well, yeah, because that's, you know, like, still going back to that, like, right, 2007, you guys all come together, and you guys say, you know what, instead of spreading out and going everywhere, let's all travel together as a unit.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, and that right there is for you guys to, when you started that, how far do you think you guys were going to go? Was it just, you know what, we'll see what it
Like a
is,
month?
and that is?
Like a month?
There's no way.
Me personally, thinking back, I didn't think it would be as successful as it is right now. And I think we tell each other randomly, we'll text each other, or we'll look at each other, and we say, who would have thought? You know, who would have thought? But as the program grows, so do goals, so do expectations, right?
Yeah.
And this is, you know, through event-driven histories. So the program grows, so do goals, expectations. And I'm talking about from going out there and not knowing how to coach travel baseball to now always trying to compete against the best, or just the expectations are, you know, through the roof. Trying to compete against the best weekend in and weekend out. And you know that, right?
Boss, yeah. I told you we should be playing with that, but it's okay.
Or even to like the lineup cards that we give to other teams. We're always getting, you know, they're always getting complimented. Like, whoa, you guys have your own lineup cards? Yeah. Well, I'm like, well, trust me, it wasn't always like this, or not from the get go. But yeah, that's.
But looking to evolve in those little things as well. You know, it's not the biggest, like, yeah, we all know that we have, the program has grown a lot with a lot of teams and all that, but also the little things around it that's made not only the coaches better, the players better, and the program better.
It made everybody better. I mean, I've always tell my brother, like, it does really take a village, and the more deeper we get into this Braves Baseball Academy, like, the more I realize that it really does take a village. It's not about just one individual.
Yeah, it really
like,
does.
in order for this to, like, make things happen, you gotta almost include everyone to a certain extent. You know what I mean? It's like there's certain stuff that obviously, you know, like, it's just you're gonna know, and that's it. I mean, bottom line, that's why, I mean, the program is where it's at, and we're not lucky to be where we're at. I mean, I'll say firsthand, we're definitely not lucky. It took a lot of hard work. A lot of people have been like, man, you're lucky. Like, you guys are lucky, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, man, like, you guys don't even understand. Like, you know, obviously, you know, we do charge dues. I mean, and I do remember when it was $20.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like,
Inflation.
Yeah. Well, of course, with everything.
Inflation,
right?
brother.
Someone got to pay for the coffee.
Well, yeah. So, like, 2007, and then, like, that's how you guys start off with just charging very minimum, but not really expecting much or not knowing what the future is going to hold, right? So you guys just say, you know what? F it. Let's do it. Why not? Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, there was a name change.
Yeah.
In 2007,
there was a couple.
Now, 2010, you guys went from the
So,
Tigers to the Braves.
We went from Tigers to Van Nuys Braves,
Correct.
and then to Braves Baseball Academy, and then we went to Victory Braves. That didn't last very long, and then we went back to Braves Baseball Academy. Yeah, it was. But we always kept the braids. We always kept the colors. And we made it work. I mean, we made it work, and
I think it's the hard work that he's always put in, and then everybody follows suit. That hard work creates that structure,
Yeah.
and it creates that culture to where everybody has to buy in, and everybody needs to realize that you're a bigger part. You're a part of something bigger than you. For instance, I realize that I can stop coaching tomorrow, which I'm not.
Yeah.
The Braves will continue, right? Or
Absolutely.
my son JJ can stop playing baseball, God forbid. The Braves will continue because we're a part of bigger something than us. So when you realize that, you create this culture that it's hard to keep contained. It's booming.
Yeah.
we've
really
lost,
is.
we've won. We don't know what our
lot.
overall record is. I mean, but we've been through so many tournaments and games and tournament directors and out of state and hotels. I mean, we talked about it last episode. Like, I brought Lira with me, bro, a couple months ago. I think last month, and he came to my house, and I was like, hey, just at 5 a.m. I go, and we had like 4 games, and I said, hey, you're gonna have 4 cups of coffee today, and he looked at me like I was crazy, and I was like, I'm serious, like, you're gonna have 4 cups of coffee, and then throughout the day we drank 4 cups of coffee.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's just like,
Yeah,
man,
but
this is a
but
grind.
it's
He kept
that
saying
grind.
this is a grind. I said, I
Exactly.
told you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And especially like it's a grind, but it's always like one of those where it's like you're putting yourselves to mentally prepare. And me was like, okay, I've had long days, I've gone through it all, but it wasn't like why do we need coffee for that much? But then you realize like,
And you have
okay,
to understand it's an emotional roller coaster.
It is,
Not only are
right?
you standing there
and
the
then
entire day.
you have parents offering you coffee. So you got one coffee, right? And then you finish it by the time you get to the park. It's an hour and a half. So by the time you're done with that coffee, and then you have a parent to offer you coffee, what are you gonna say? No,
Well, you can't say no.
No, so we get that too. That's
Yeah.
2 down already.
Because if you say no, then he's not going to offer coffee.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah,
tournament, he's
exactly.
going to
So
say,
they-
"No, Coach Lira is
they-
always saying no."
So then, like, that's 2 down, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then next thing you know, you're done with 2 games. That's 5 hours already by. You still got to drive hour and a half to Huntington Beach, going back down an hour.
We went from San Clemente to Huntington
Huntington
Beach
Beach.
to Irvine.
So then you
All in
go
one
and you're
day.
like, you know what? Shit, that's 5 hours already spent. Coffee's already done.
Right.
Let's get another one. Next thing you know,
Right.
you're like, damn, you're 3 deep. And we wanted to go to Dutch Bros, and then Dutch Bros is packed like crazy.
Right.
So
That's
we're
the
like,
new
well-
thing, right? Dutch Bros.
Yeah.
It's supposed to
Yeah.
give Starbucks
So it just
a run
like-
for its money, but let's not get into
Yeah.
the coffee.
that-
As we were
Those
saying, I
things are
mean,
just-
those
days
it took
are long.
it still is a lot of hard work. I
Right.
mean, you guys obviously see it now firsthand. It's like it's a lot of hard work, and we can't keep everybody happy. I mean, if I were to show you guys the emails I go through, it's like, whoa. Like,
I
and
told
you
my
gotta make
brother,
time.
if you want to make everybody happy, sell ice cream. Ice cream man passes by, everybody goes crazy. Hey, the
Raspados,
ice
the
cream
whole
man's here.
raspados.
It's
Hey,
hard to
man,
keep everybody
nothing
happy,
wrong with,
right?
Raspado, shoot.
I remember I used to look forward to those days.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
telling you.
shoot.
I'm
Hey,
telling
you.
you.
Hear it? Hey, what
Shit,
is
my
that?
daughter still was like every Thursday night can I have $1 or $2 for ice cream on Fridays. I'm like, yeah, there you go. But
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah, a lot of hard work. Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm glad we're blessed. I think I can speak for both of us that for all of us to be where we're at right now. I think we can only get better from here.
Absolutely. So, in 2007 to 2010, name change and all that. From those years right there and all that, when you started getting into it, what stories would you be like, you know what? Like, okay, we're in travel ball baseball. We put our stamp here. People know who we are. Like, would it be a tournament or would it be a little argument
Sure,
or
I guess
what would
it's
it what would
Go
it
ahead.
be
Yeah.
that made you guys feel like you were stamped?
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, shout out to the Tomateros, right?
Yeah.
The Tomateros.
Jeremy
Shout
and
out to
Junior,
Tomatero,
Joe,
yeah.
Yeah, Big Joe.
TC Baseball.
So, were we 12U?
Yeah.
12U with Adrian Rodriguez. His Tiger team. We're Tigers, right? Ryan Mendoza, who went to Birmingham, then went to Long Beach State.
Albert.
Yeah.
Albert
Okay,
Lopez.
those guys. Yeah,
Okay,
those-
so
The
that
Elks.
Tiger team,
Yeah.
we're playing at a backyard, like a
Tournament.
backyard tournament against the Tomateros, which were like 3-time national champions back
we
to
used
back
go
to
at it
back.
all the time with the Valley Cats.
Yeah, so they were stacked.
Come on, baby. Come on,
Nobody
baby.
I think, right? They had like, and this was back in the day when they had two kids that played for the USA national team.
Yeah,
Willie,
they had
Willie the
Duenas,
shortstop.
They had Isaac. They had
Willie, the
Junior,
shortstop.
Willie. Yeah, Willie.
Right. So we were like, whoa, those guys play for the USA national team.
We were just happy to get invited.
Yeah, for sure.
tournament.
Like, whoa, the tomateros are here. And you would show up and it was like a sea of tomateros. Like everybody's wearing tomateros. They had multiple teams. And it was nice to see. Intimidating for sure. You're like, whoa, we show up. Like, and they're like, where's Van Nuys, California? We're like, oh, it's like 20 minutes northwest of Dodger Stadium with no traffic. And championship game, we had to wait like 2-3 hours.
Yeah. We played them in pool play. No, championship
Championship game. And who threw? I want to say
Adrian.
Adrian threw.
Or Christian.
Or Christian Reese.
See.
And so it's 2-1. We're 3 outs away, and it's 2-1. And I tell my brother, Coach Mondo, and Coach Rafita, right?
Rafa and Gamez.
And Gamez.
Yeah.
And I tell them right now, when we beat these guys, we cannot throw a party. We have to act like we've been here before.
My brother was calling the game. He was calling a great game.
So
how the roles switch, huh?
Oh, so I tell them we cannot throw a party. Sure enough, front door curveball to Isaac, stud Isaac.
Yeah.
He freezes,
Duenas,
strike 3.
And you guys win.
Oh, we just shake hands. Hey, line it up. Tomateros on 3.
Yeah.
And these guys are looking at us like, how did these guys beat us? We get to my truck. I had a Tahoe back then. And then we had some refreshments for the road. Oh, we're in there like we had just won game 7 of the World Series. That's right, baby. That's right.
Oh.
But I think we earned their respect.
Yeah.
Because we acted cordial. Because this game will humble you quick. But back to your question, every tournament we would go to from there on out, they're like, oh, you guys are the Tigers? Yeah. Oh, you guys beat the Tomateros? So I think that was like our first little like recognition. We're like,
yeah. And then I looked up to Joe a lot back then, and I still do. I mean, that guy has done a tremendous job. Joe is Junior and Jeremy's pops. I looked up to him a lot, and they would wear their jerseys. They had the coaches would wear like jerseys, and Dickies. So we started doing it, and then nice turfs, and we were tucked in, and so the next turn we go to a Super NIT, I think in Chino Hills or Arizona. I don't know what it was, but it was it was cool. I mean, we earned their respect, and I think from there it was just like we just went with it. Obviously, the times now where we're at, it's a little different, but I mean. I said that word respect the other day to somebody, one of my 13U players, because we're going to North Carolina in a couple weeks next week, and we're talking about the pitching, and I was like, you know what, we're gonna go in with a game plan, and hopefully it works. And at the end of the day, let's just earn the respect.
right.
The wins and losses are cool. Do I want to go win that tournament? Absolutely, that's my mentality. I get on that plane, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go win this tournament. But if at the end of the day, I want that respect for not just myself, but for the whole program.
Absolutely. And sometimes you show up to tournaments and you play against a top dog.
And you see their number one.
Yeah, you see their number one, and we're like, hey.
I mean, there are those.
I might burn my number one right now, too. Hey, but just for the greater good of all of us.
Yeah.
Like, here you go, big boy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sunday, we might not make it very far, but, this is if we win this is a big win for us.
Yeah.
We're going to have to earn that respect. Yeah. And, yeah, for sure. Another I think, tournament where I was like, whoa, we're doing pretty good was the first time we went to Cary, North Carolina.
Yeah, that was good.
For the USA Invitationals.
That class is special.
Yeah, and then, Twitter, USA's Twitter was showing these guys a lot of love.
Yeah.
And then shout out to Hunter Green.
Yeah.
He reposted, it was showing these guys a lot of love because he's a USA alumni. So that was another big tournament where I was like, "Whoa, these guys are doing it."
Yeah, no, that's dope, man. And I think that's where the Braves did get the respect and going. And at the end of the day, like we talked about it, right? You're gonna see people's number ones. You're gonna do all that
all the
and
time.
I think that's the respect factor that you guys wanted from the start,
right?
And it's there now, And
absolutely.
And at the end of the day, even when you do see the number ones or whatever it is, right? And then you go and let's say we unfortunately lose the game, but at the end of the day, you would want parents and everybody to be like, okay, that's a good program. That's a good, that's a good Coach Swell team. That's a good program. That right there at the end of the day, that's how you know you're doing a good job, right? Even if you wins or losses are going to happen. But if you, at the end of the day, you go and you hear somebody say, that's a great program right there. Well coached team. Good job.
It's the way all of us carry ourselves. Are we going to blow up on somebody? I'm sure we are. You know what I mean? Our not hopefully not parents, but on or the heat of the moment of the game will dictate it. And, like I've been around a lot of baseball games at the youth level where we're walking out to our cars and, we're bummed out that we just lost, but then you have that one parent, that random parent, where it's just like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? Yeah, hey, I like the way you guys carry yourselves. We like your guys' uniforms, your hats, whatever it is. And it makes you feel a little better.
Yeah. And personally, I think, I'm sorry, Coach, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I think that's the biggest compliment you can get, leaving a tournament or out of tournament, having another parent or another coach.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't even play against them. Maybe they're in the field behind you, or next to you, right? And they said, "Hey, the way your parents, your kids, and your coaching staff conducted yourselves, was amazing, and it feels good." But it comes back to, as the program grew, so did expectations, not just for players, coaches, but for parents, right? It just makes everybody better.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you would think uniforms are like, whatever. But honestly, like, we get a lot of parents, a lot of everybody be like, man, you guys' uniforms are nice. Like, geez, where you guys, like, how did you guys get all this? Or who comes up with these ideas? And it's like, that's how you know, like, you got to represent yourself well as a coach, as players. But even as a program, understanding if we have our kids go out there looking good, having these moments of trial ball to realize that there is good uniforms, we're putting all this into thought. Yeah, it makes you be like, boom, okay, like
it's a lot of work too, man.
Yeah, and even like in 2007, you guys got Fulton jerseys. Uniforms, like, that's dope. Like you guys took pride in wanting to make sure you guys look good and played good to be able to give them everybody the best.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously the kids, right now it's. I'm trying to keep up with them right now. I'm sure you guys feel the same way. Like, there's a lot of swag out there, like the mitts and all that good stuff. And, but we definitely take pride in everything we do. We try to, and like our lineup cards is one thing, and we stopped buying them from the local sporting goods store. Like, I just, I said, you know what, why not? Sammy does a great job, Mono does a great job creating one or whatever it is. And obviously, we pass them out to all the coaches that need them. But, that goes a long way, too. It's got our website on there, And I've seen coaches at the plate meeting where, with a piece of paper handing it to me. I'm just like, bro. And I honestly take that personal because we take pride in our lineup cards, And it's like when you hand him a piece of paper.
It's a direct reflection of the program yourself, everything.
Exactly. Let's not talk about that. What else they will send? What they'll send you, But
All right. You just cut me off. You said no. We don't want to talk about that. Okay.
No, we can talk about that.
You're right.
We'll wait for episode 2. We'll wait for episode 2, right?
Next question. What do you got for us?
All right, man.
Those are long-winded answers.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes I'll feel like we'll deviate, but that's fine as long as we stay.
We talked about it like. It's just so much to cover in everything where you're gonna end up veering off because it's just so much. But
at the end of the day, it doesn't matter as long as your hair looks nice.
Right. I was telling my brother. I mentioned to my brother before you got here a little
late. Take off your hat right now. Let's see who shall look good right now. We can have the.
Man.
Yeah.
I said there's so much stuff that you want to mention, but it's hard to mention everything, right?
Yeah, of course.
It really is.
Yeah.
So,
but
we can talk about this for the next 24 hours.
Sure, we really can, but I think we will have no.
There's got to go watch Bad Boys, Ride or Die.
Okay.
No, we all got to go because from what I've heard, you guys are going as well. You know what I'm saying?
Big Den texted me like, "Yo, Pops, we going?" And shout out to him.
No,
by the way.
I was about to say, shout out to him. He got all these awards.
Aiden, Rico, my son, my middle child. He got like 6 awards and a medal.
Too
easy. He texted me with too easy. I said, well, yeah, you've been in elementary for like
easy money. Easy money.
Yeah.
Easy money. Man. Drew's going to get jealous when he hears this.
Of course.
That guy.
Alrighty. So with all these years going on, and like when you mentioned it, the changes that had happened over the years from 2007 all the way to 2024 now, it's kind of crazy, but it's got to be feeling good to realize that you guys have been impacting kids' lives, parent lives, coaches' lives, all these years. How does it feel to really affect that many people?
It feels great. I mean, I'm gonna keep it short. It feels amazing, and obviously, at the youth level, at the high school level, whatever it is, and watching these kids grow and make me, feel old, and I mean, but it's great because there's a lot of memories with them, and and then I'm gonna throw it to my brother here, where it's awesome how like couple of them maybe are LAPD officers now, and not only they're playing for the LAPD team, and
Right.
it's like, man, it's dope.
Yeah, Monday, it feels like my brother said. It feels amazing. Trying to raise through baseball. Good grown men. Like I always say, good contributors to society. But it's the truth, right? It's the truth. Baseball is a sport where you felt a lot, and you have to deal with it like right there, right? Or else you don't get fed after the game, right? Hey, no llores. No, so you have to bounce back real quick because you have a second game.
I mean, Otani bounced back yesterday. He struck out to
Ooh, against
103. And then,
Skins?
Oh yeah, I mentioned that to you too. He made adjustments.
And that's what life's about. That's what baseball's about. So for sure, it feels great. I'll keep it short myself, or kind of short. We're playing against. At work we had 3 softball games this Monday, which I'm way too old for. I found out after. And Alexis Miranda, who played for us, he's holding his baby, who's like 7 months, and he played for us since he was 9.
yeah,
So that made me feel really old. And then he's asking if there's going to be a 6U Braves in 6 years. I said,
Oh,
we got to
man.
talk to Coach Gus about that. But yeah, we can make it happen. But it's
6U
beautiful to see,
Braves.
someone that played for you forever. Obviously comes from a great family. Now he's a father. He's a responsible, now he's my coworker. Even though he still calls me coach around the station, it feels amazing. It really does. And not only him, we can talk about a bunch of other gentlemen that have gone through the program that are doing good.
I
And
think we impacted a lot of them, and our Braves class, our 14-year-old class of 2024. They're off to high school, and you were there. The last practice we had with them last week, and one thing that I mentioned to them was, and I looked at them straight in the face, and I said, "Hey, look, it's going to change from here on out. This is not just your Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday practice anymore. That same routine from 6 to 8. I go from here on out. It's going to change. Your life's going to change, and and I said, hey, whatever you guys need, like moving forward, like." Call me or call us. Hit us
for
up.
sure.
Like, there might be some stuff that they don't want to go through their parents or their uncle or whoever it is, or their whatever, that that adult, and you never know if we get that phone call or I mean, and we're there. We're there for them.
And for sure, some will, right? The ones that feel comfortable enough. It happens often. But it's good for somebody to come and try to reach out to you and ask you for advice or whatnot.
Yeah, and like being there with the 14s, this past week on Tuesday. But it's like when you get those parents that say thank you, appreciate
Right.
you, thank you for making an impact on my son and on us as well, to be able to go out there and understand this world, understand this life. So I think it's always a big thing for that. And when you hear the thank yous at the end, that's
Right.
how you know you made an impact to
For
do
sure.
all that.
Yeah.
That's
And then,
priceless.
when you'll run into some in high school, some will go to Birmingham, some will go, be outside of it. But one thing that they always go with pride with is Braves.
Yeah.
Right.
And to know that they'll carry that through high school, through college,
Yeah.
and keep that impact going.
We have a couple classes now, right, that have gone through the frame of jersey, whatever jersey they want.
I saw that.
And it's kind of cool.
That's
It's their
really nice.
second or third class already. I don't even know. And they get to frame whatever jersey they want, and that's
I saw that
cool.
with the 14.
I'm like,
That was really
man.
cool.
Yeah, I
Like,
think that was
that's-
3 years ago that
Yeah,
started.
That's a nice
kinda-
send-off.
Yeah, that's really cool because I mean, going back to the uniforms, whatever the lineup cards, the hats, whatever the nice stuff that we that we have, and they get to frame one of those and put it up in the room.
Speaking of nice hats, I had to wear this one today.
yeah,
know,
we still
man.
got some, right, Lira?
I do got a couple 738s, yeah. 738s, and yeah, man, and you guys that ordered, we have some of your hats, you players.
Yeah,
make sure you guys pay for those so you guys can get them. But right now, yeah, 738 is the most popular one that we have available. And then the rest of them you can come and check and see, but it's for sure 738s as well. Yeah.
All right. Shout out time. Shout out to the wife and kids and the family out there.
Yes,
To
sir.
our listeners. Okay. To my 11-year-old that got a bunch of awards, and my 15-year-old, soon to be 16 this Saturday, behind the scenes today. Thank you for joining us. What time?
Saturday, huh?
Yeah. Shout out to the class of 2024. A lot of graduates, graduate season. Shout out to you guys. Well earned,
For sure.
That's great. You guys move on to middle school or high school or college.
College.
Our coaches, players, and parents, you guys do an amazing job. Thank you guys so much for everything. And our family out there, our cousins that are listening, hopefully. Shout out to you guys. Hopefully you guys are listening.
Yeah, man. So over the years, what would you guys say has changed within the program and for yourselves? Like from then to now, what would you say has changed dramatically for yourselves? Maybe it helped you guys learn how to speak to kids or do whatever it is that you guys think changed.
Yeah, definitely how to speak to kids, or how to deal with, or how to deal with parents, and how to handle that,
Right.
a better way. I mean, or how to deal with not only adults, I should say, umpires, coaches, whatever. And like I said, I'm not perfect, and do I blow up? Absolutely. And but yeah, the game has changed a lot, and because of the game, baseball game itself changing. Well, we gotta obviously change it ourselves. And I mean, I've gotten called soft, and I'm sure I've gotten softer from 5, 6, 7, 10 years ago. But it's almost like you have to, like we gotta buy in.
Right. For sure.
You know what I mean? Like we have to buy in, and learning how to talk to kids. Yeah, I mean, they make an error. Do you want to scream at them and let them have it? Absolutely, but there's another way to do it. So,
I agree. Just what has changed, I think, just continue to learn, because this game, just when you thought you saw it all, something else happens, right?
Absolutely.
Like that interference that was going on with the who was it, the Orioles and the White Sox in the major leagues.
Yeah.
During the infield fly rule. But yeah, just continue to learn this game. Be willing to learn, and every little thing that you learn, you take it back to the Braves, and it makes us all better, right? Whether we're talking about it right now or after this, hey, this is what I
it's
picked
almost
up
like you
today.
gotta adapt to it.
You have to.
Know
You
what
have
I
to
mean?
adapt and overcome. You
Yeah.
have to adapt and keep on learning. I try to ask every coach, or almost every coach that we play against. I'll ask them, hey, what's your hitting philosophy? What do you preach? And maybe it makes sense, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's the same thing that we preach or that I preach, but he explains it in a different way, to where maybe one of my players, the way he explains it, will get it, right?
Yeah.
And something else that I've learned from the years is, like you said, some kids need a hug, and some
Pat
kids
on the
need
back.
a little pat in the back or
Yeah.
a kick in the butt, and learning who needs what and when do they need it, right? And it's tough because, if you have 12 kids on the team, you have 12 different attitudes, you have 12 different mentalities, right? You
Personalities,
have
all
12
that.
different personalities, and you by yourself, right there, Johnny, on the spot, you have to deal with it, So just learning how to deal with all that for sure is the biggest thing.
Yeah, and then I think that's what's always good about, and I think that's why the program has lasted as long as it's lasted and has actually grown bigger than ever, is because you guys have been able to adapt. We as a program has been able to adapt, and it's one of those where it's like you got to mix in the balance to learn how to get on a kid and then learn how to
Right.
give them that pat on the back, learn how to push them also to the limits,
Right.
right? And you get
Get the best out of them, right?
Yeah.
Right?
And then you realize that you're like, parents always let you know, but like, hey, get on my kid. Like, he's used to that. He likes
Right.
that. And it's like, sometimes maybe it's not that, like you got to do it. You got to figure out nowadays. Back then, that's what it was. That's what everybody felt like. You got to yell, go crazy and do this.
Right.
And it's more demanding. So, back then you were able to, okay, I guess I get it. But now as the times evolve, things evolve. And you got to kind of, if you want to last in this game or be in this game still, you have to learn how to change that mentality to where
Yeah.
what is working now.
Right.
And we've talked about it with the episode with other coaches as well, how the game has changed and learn how to that you have to adapt with the kids, adapt with the
Well, I
game.
mean, even like back then, it was just one team.
Right.
One team. And,
Yeah, one team.
You know, I think I know that those parents did an amazing job with those kids. Like, you know,
We had parents. I'm sorry. We had parents that were tougher on their kids than we ever were.
That's what I was trying to get. Like, you remember, like we would
Like,
lose and
it's not okay to
it's
strike
not okay.
out.
And then we would back then we would let them have it after the game. When I say let them have it, get on the line, sprints. That's old school. Now it's like,
Right.
hey, you know what? You might roll an ankle.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you're starting tomorrow. So
But we had parents where, like, say a
waiting for
kid
their kids outside the dugout. Like,
or a kid strikes out, and we're like, hey, just get him next time, and the mom or the dad are screaming at him, it's not okay.
Yeah.
With the K backwards,
crazy.
right? Because and then baseballism came up with that shirt, and I still think that some of our parents came up with that. It's like,
for
oh,
sure.
but baseballism got us.
Yeah, and then, you know, and nowadays it's like, hey, you know what, parents, let's try to stay away from it, right?
Right.
Let's try to go into this, you know, let them figure it out. Let us figure it out with them and
Right.
go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just crazy how like over the times come and we're still going. Even those kids back then understood it, right? They had that
Yeah.
mentality and understood how to take that and go with it. Now even these kids, you know, like are still learning and going with what the new days, the new times are now, right? So now they're taking that with them, and we're adapting with them to be able to help them go. And I think that's huge.
Right.
But man, like, have you guys ever expected? What is it? 15 teams
No,
from 2007
no way.
to 2024,
no way.
bro.
You it's
for sure.
kind of like it's like it's happening, and you're like, what's going on? And when it happened, you're like, oh shoot, it is happening. And
Like you said,
obviously-
adapting, right?
Yeah, because
to
when
make it work.
when I started, it was only 5 teams.
Yeah, it was
I think 5,
Right.
4
and
or
then you
5,
got to
right?
deal with like we said, different personalities, different, you know, from top to bottom, parents and kids, and you know, some kids get dropped off, and I mean, you guys are there. It's really family oriented there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
And
we still ask like
and
who's picking you up,
Right, for
you know,
sure.
And that's how it started. Believe it or not, 2007, it was people from the city
Yeah.
said, instead of traveling together, let's go together. You guys
city with
know
no
it.
pity. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right.
So you guys, it started as a family, and you guys continue to take that culture
Yeah.
on from then. And I think that's huge, man. You know, and when you, like what we've talked about with coaches, building that culture. If you have that culture in the program,
Yeah.
it's gonna last, right? Especially
Right.
if it works. We call it the Braves way.
Right.
Like, if it's working, it's going. Why change it?
I mean, right
Yeah.
now we're preaching at practice. It's, you know, it's coming to an end. Our summer is here, but it's coming to an end. We have our summer trips lined up, and I mean, my brother's going to Cooperstown with JJ and the 12s, and we have 3. You're going to Cooperstown as well. Shit, I forgot about that. And so, you know, it's coming to an end, and I can't wait to get started already in August, because maybe some new uniforms will come out. I mean, you know,
Maybe some new hats too.
some
Yeah.
new hats. I don't think we need helmets. I think we're good with helmets.
Yeah, we're definitely good with helmets.
I think we should go with 1 instead of
Yeah.
3, because there's always someone that forgot, you know, one of the 3 helmets or whatnot. But you're right. Building a culture, building that structure, it's the best thing to do, because you'll run into players that play for all these. I don't want to. I'll keep this short. You know, you play for, or we've dealt with players that play for all these amazing teams. You know, 1 week with this team, next week with that team, next week with that team. And then when you try to talk baseball, like baseball with him, he's looking at you like you're talking a different language.
Yeah, it's tough.
I said I won't mention the player or the team, but I'm like, hey, pound the zone right here for us. He was pitching, pound the zone. And he looks at me, he goes, I have never heard of that before. And he's 13 years old and one of the top players in all of California. And I'm like, Pops, you have never heard that before? I'm like, so what are you really doing? You know, are you bouncing around and winning rings with no culture, or are you set into one program that has that culture and structure and showing you a good way of playing baseball? Because, you know, there's academies out there that have culture and structure, and maybe they don't preach the same baseball we do. And that's not bad, right? Their baseball works too. You know, there's different baseball that's played out there, even though, you know, it's 7 innings or 9 innings or 6 innings, 3 outs. There's still, different baseball for sure. So
Everybody has their blueprint. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Everybody has their system in place, and we talked about that. It's like whatever works for them works for them. And
Right.
But yeah, man, turn the heater off, yeah.
Whew,
Bro,
I'm cooking in
The
here.
more you guys think about it, the worse it's gonna get.
You're not
you know
even
what I'm saying?
sweating, though.
Like,
That's crazy. It's like and
'cause
your hair
he's-
is like in place.
Because he's not wearing a hoodie.
no, because I'm true to this, not new to this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I like that.
apparently you guys are new to this.
No, I'm not new to this.
Man.
Yeah, like
I don't know,
but-
man.
Sorry.
No, talking about that, I do like the sweater though. You came fly, and then they sometimes.
you.
To my defense, I came straight from work.
Well, if you look,
Came
sometimes
straight
what they
from
always
work.
say, if you trying to look fly, sometimes you gotta suffer. Right
Yeah.
now,
True.
my
You're
boy over there
absolutely
got the
right.
good. Look at that, he got the hat going and everything.
Home of the brave, baseball.
Suffering, you know what I mean? It's crazy though, but yeah, man. I think we've gone over quite a bit of the stuff
Oh,
that we
man,
wanted
it's,
to, and
It's like I said, where we're at. I mean, if anybody were to ask like us, like, hey, what does it take to start a program? You know what I mean? Like, I would love to sit down with them and talk, and and like school them a little bit on like
For
on,
sure.
on the do's and don'ts. Look, I'll be the first one to say it. We failed. I failed. I'm not perfect. He's not perfect. You're not perfect. I mean, we're still probably failing, but you as you go, you learn. You're like, oh shoot,
Right.
maybe don't stay in that same hotel.
Right.
That's not a very good area. Whatever it is.
I had people reach out this week that are going to Omaha, and they're asking, what are the do's and the don'ts, or San Diego,
Yeah.
what are the do's and the don'ts? Should we participate with like the skills challenge and all that good stuff? And like I said, every coach will have their philosophy on why they should or they shouldn't, right?
yeah. Well, I think you know what. Let's talk about that. What was the first tournament you guys went out of town and learned the do's and the don'ts? What was like, whoa, all right, we don't know what we're doing here. We came and it was like, whoa.
I remember. I think we were going to San Diego, and I forgot who booked the hotels or what. And it was pretty sketchy, and it was like, I don't think we're staying here. Not that we're like we want to stay at the higher end, but obviously, my 15-year-old went through the program. So as we started getting older and older and older, and I had
Shout
my
out to
family
Drew.
with me, I want them to sleep comfortable. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, I'm gonna put you guys through a weekend or 4 or 5 days, and let's get a decent hotel and some decent
Right.
breakfast or whatever, because some hotels do come with breakfast, and all that little stuff matters. But yeah, like after that, I was like, okay, and I got schooled too. I did get schooled. by
And
my
the best
boy-
way to
by my boy
learn,
Tim Martinez.
the best way to learn is from experience, right? I think we were 6U and we went down to the World Series down.
yeah.
I think it's coming up this
It's next week.
this next week.
I was gonna say,
Yeah. Oh, Sammy's going. Oh, tell him to
Shout
call me.
out to Coach Sam.
Coach Sammy. So we show up and we have nothing. The only thing we had was like our trading pins, and you have people with like barbecues and norteños, like
RVs.
RVs, and we're just like,
like they've been there before.
oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, thankful for our parents. These guys, we go to Target, we grab a grill, we grab a cooler, and we make it happen. But we told ourselves, okay, maybe we can skip, all that and focus more on, hey, we're gonna win. Like Coach Gus says, we're here for business, it's not for fun. No swimming this weekend. Right?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Stuff like that.
no swimming means swimming. They're gonna try to play around it, right? Like no swimming. Can we go to jacuzzi though? Can we just lay in there and not
Crazy
swim?
because you see the kids that actually went swimming. You'll tell the next
Swear.
day, you're like, hey,
Yes.
what's wrong with you? We only played one game.
Yes.
And their faces are just like,
Dead,
like,
tired,
hey, man,
exhausted.
did you go
Right.
swimming?
Yeah, and then
But it comes down to the structure. Like, is that parent gonna say it's okay, mijo? Coach Gus, Coach Lira, they're not gonna find out. Like, oh, trust me, we are.
We implemented
Right.
like the no Crocs, no sandals, no, none of that stuff. Because if if they were up to me or us, I would be like, you know what, go ahead, man. However you feel more comfortable. But at the end of the day, what if something falls on that toe or those toes, and then all of a
Absolutely.
sudden you can't play, and then high school coaches and college coaches at the next level, they're not gonna like that. They're not gonna like that fit. They're not gonna like that that attire.
Right.
So why do it now? Try to teach them the right way.
Get used to it.
You can't wear that if you're wearing a Braves uniform. And if I see you with Crocs or sandals, even though we do have nice slides that Bagger Sports sells, I have some of my own, but I don't wear them on the field. I might leave them in my car, and I get in that car.
That's it.
I can do it.
Oh, that's a JJ. That's a JJ move. JJ, he keeps his Crocs in the car.
Well, that's where I've gotten asked that too. It's like, well, if you guys don't do no sliders or Crocs, why are you guys doing that, selling on Baggers or whatever it is, right? And it's like, well, because you can wear them at home.
I wear them every time I
Yeah, you can
Right.
wear them around. It just, like he said, right? And I think, honestly, this year was a great year of that. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of the parents, a lot of the kids, they followed that. You didn't really see many. I don't think at all sandals or Crocs. And trust me, I'm the guy. If I see it, I'm gonna tell you, hey, what's the rule? And if
Right.
another player tells you you can't wear that, then you should probably know the rule too. You can't wear it. And I actually enjoy the parents or the kids that say, okay, cool, and they don't come back with those the next day.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I think that's respectful and it's cool
They buy
just
in.
because it's about buying in, right? Like the same way that you want us to help and to get these kids going and buy into them and help them feel confident enough to where they need to do. It's those, like, as crazy as it sounds, but it's those little things that we do pay attention to.
I mean,
you know
we're
what I mean?
going. 11U is going to North Carolina for the USA Futures and 13U, and I know for a fact that those guys don't like that. It's like, dude,
Right.
like, don't show up in Crocs to the game. They're gonna be like, oh,
Or don't have your dad or your mom carry your bag.
yeah,
Right. All that little
That's-
stuff.
but
They see, and this is USA baseball you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Right.
know, so
They take a look
see
at
all that.
everything.
They see all that, and the social media, the social media stuff. You know what I mean? So the social media goes a long way. It's I mean, Instagram or Twitter, or
Right.
what do they call it now? X.
X, yeah, it's X now.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I still call it Twitter.
Yeah. So all that stuff, like you want to make sure your kid is your athlete's putting good content.
Yeah,
And
for
all
sure.
we didn't have it back then.
That's what's changed the game. I don't know if I want to get too much into it about Instagram and the media, right?
Yeah.
How much these kids sometimes they focus more on their next post than their two-strike approach, for instance, right?
Yeah.
You'll see a kid, and I'm just saying in general. I'm not knocking on anybody. You see their Instagram, and you're like, "Whoa, we got to face this kid this week. He looks pretty good."
Yeah.
And then come game time, you're like, "Oh, he just has a good Instagram person, right?"
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think it's good and bad too, though, because it can influence you in a good way and in a bad way. You see some kid putting in the work and getting better, and you see him in the weekend, and you're like, "Whoa, this kid's getting better."
It's kind of like watching MLB.network, just highlights.
Oh, MLB.network, yeah. MLB Network shows Aaron Judge's bombs, but they don't show the work that he puts in, right?
Absolutely.
They don't show the work that he puts in. But I think we can save that for another
Well,
day.
I mean, that's a good actually segment because all the work you guys put in over the years, end of the years
yeah.
together, we want to see how well you guys know each other. Honestly,
right
it's a new segment. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And we're gonna bring this in and be like, how well do you guys know each other?
Let's do it.
So I'm
shout
gonna
out to, before we do that, Coach Gamez. He started this with us.
Yeah, Coach
Right,
Gemmis out in
Rafa,
Chicago.
out
We're
in
going out to
Chi-town.
Wrigley Field here pretty soon.
Yeah, we're going to Wrigley Field.
you
We're
go.
going to go
Yeah.
watch. I'm gonna stay away from the White Sox one. Plus, they're pretty
we
terrible,
gonna
aren't they? Aren't they record like 19 and 35?
The
White
Sox?
They're
I'd
a
rather
big
go, I'd rather go
disappointment.
see the Jordan statue if I'm going to go that way.
Well, they're
Is this for me to fan myself?
No.
They got hot in
you,
here.
you could do that too if you want. We have an extra piece of paper for that.
No, we're gonna go.
But
Wrigley
this is
Field.
where, yeah. Shout out to Gammis, definitely. I was, he was part of it when I
Yeah.
first got on. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was a big part of the initial success in this program, Gammis,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Him and my brother did great together.
Yeah, and the one thing too about it that I love is we always mention his name. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
man.
he still has a big presence.
We gotta
while
send him
still
his
being in
hat.
Chicago, but I mean, you know, that's Sam Dog, right? Sam Dog said he got all the hats over there. Get on, hey, Gammis, get on Sam Dog. He's gonna ship it out to you.
Next day air.
Next day air.
Put it on Braves account.
sir.
Hey, man, I did that job. And yeah, shout out to Eddie for the hats, man, and Jay getting all that together. I know Eddie wants to come out and get that pictures going for us as a team with the hats. So that's gonna happen the next couple weeks here. So I'm excited for that too. But alrighty, we here. You know, we say who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, man. So here you go.
Yeah, he's treating me like those coaches out there. Like we're hitting first. You're
Okay, right.
Damn, like that.
That's how you feel it? All right. So look at this is how it's gonna go. So I'll ask the question, and then or how you guys want to ask it. But if Gus goes, I'm gonna be like, all right. So Chuy, try to guess Gus his color or whatever. I know, but just with an example of a question, right? He's gonna write it down, right?
Okay.
And then you're gonna have to guess it. And if it's right, he's gonna let you know if right. If it's wrong, he's gonna show to the screen or to the live, what the correct answer is.
Okay.
And we're gonna see how many of you guys get right.
Let's do it.
Damn.
So, all right, and we're gonna ask these questions to you guys both.
So you're gonna ask me first?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you first the same question, and then he's gonna
write it down.
And then I write it down.
No, you'll write it down right now, so you can give him the pen. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you the question, and you have to guess what his color is.
Okay. And then he's gonna show it.
Yeah, he's gonna write it and then show it.
All right.
Okay. So
Let's do it.
Let's all right, and then I'm gonna ask you.
Buys adult beverage.
Right after this.
Perfect. All right.
Right after this.
So then, and then same thing with you. I'm gonna ask you the question. He's gonna have to write it, and then show it.
Got
okay.
this.
Alrighty.
I'm taking a test.
Use the iPad as the.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, alrighty. First question. This for Chuy right here.
Make sure I'm
What's
not
Gus's
cheating.
favorite color?
Gus's favorite color. I'm gonna go with.
Hold on. You gotta write it. Write
Oh.
it.
Oh.
Write it down.
Make sure I'm not cheating.
that is, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna
Make sure
go
you hide
with. Let me know when you're ready, brother.
All right. He should be ready.
I feel like all these answers are gonna be. You ready? I'm gonna go with navy blue.
Oh man.
Oh.
He doesn't know me well enough.
Ah.
So what I do now? Show everybody
You
here.
gotta show everybody. Well, yeah, show it. Oh, you probably gotta write it.
What
better
is
than
it?
that, but what did it say?
It's Braves
Oh,
green
Braves
now,
green.
man.
Green.
Military
Oh,
green. Look
my
at me,
God.
man. Come on, man.
I should have said military green. Yeah, I should have. But
That was a good guess, though, navy
But
blue,
you know what?
right?
I'm thinking about us when we were kids.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Okay.
about. Let me change it to
Right.
us now.
All
That's
right.
right.
So now, Gus, what? Give him the pen.
Military green for sure.
And then, so now, what do you think is Chuy's favorite color? Without looking,
Here's the iPad, bro.
I got it. Thank you.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go with Dodger blue.
Oh, he doesn't know me well enough.
God.
What? Navy blue.
Navy.
Oh,
man.
Right now we're 0 for 1.
We're both 0 for
You're
1.
always wearing Dodger
God.
blue, though. What the?
What is going
Hey,
on?
are you sure these guys are brothers?
Man.
Are you sure these guys grew up
Alrighty.
together?
Here's the next one for you, Chuy. Now, what's your favorite all time? Oh no, what do you think Gus's favorite all time player is?
Oh, that's easy.
Write it down.
I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go.
That's easy. This one for sure. I have to get it right. If I get this one wrong, I'm just gonna drop the mic and walk out
Okay. All right. We don't want that, but
because it's
I
hot
mean,
in here.
All right, go ahead.
Larry Wayne Chipper Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, he even
Chipper
got the whole
Jones.
name. Larry Jones. You got the whole full name.
You know that's
Wow.
You know that's why the Braves wear their stirrups, right? Because of Larry Wayne Chipper Jones.
Okay.
Hey, that,
1995, baby.
hey, that culture and structure I'm talking about.
Okay.
95.
So then, all right. So now, what's Chuy's favorite all time player? Gus,
Ooh,
Damn.
you got to write it down.
all,
Go
like
ahead,
of
man.
all time.
All
Yeah,
time.
all
I
time.
don't think I know it, but I'll write something.
I think I
down.
got this one.
Yeah?
I think I got it.
Oh,
I think I
this
got
is
it.
about to go for 2 right now.
I can't go.
all-
I got one right.
He's
All
going for two
time
right now.
player. Oh yeah. Okay, hold on.
Chuy over here batting 500 right now.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I'm at 500. All right.
Let's go.
Alrighty. What do you think it is?
Damn. There's two of them.
Oh, I'm like, whoa.
Oh man, I'm gonna go with Ken Griffey Jr.
Ken Griffey Jr.
You got it?
Yeah, Ken Griffey Jr.
So
I was
both
gonna
you
go
guys
with
are-
Daryl Strawberry.
No, Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh, okay,
Ken Griffey
good,
Jr.
good.
So then you guys are
Don't
both
mind the penmanship. We're
Woo, they got it
okay.
with that.
this
You
is
guys are
an
both
official
hitting
document.
500.
So.
Yeah,
500. All right. Hey, okay. I like this. I like this game. Hey, we gotta
Yeah,
do more.
yeah,
of
me
this.
too.
this ain't bad.
All right. So, what's your guys' favorite catcher of all time, or favorite catcher right now in general?
I'm gonna go with.
This for you, Chuy. So you gotta.
Oh,
you gotta.
is this for Chuy right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well, you're
Oh,
writing
yeah,
it
yeah.
down, but
So Gus's
you gotta
favorite
guess-
catcher?
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna go with Yadi Molina. Yadier
Damn, this guy knows me
Molina.
way too well now, man.
Oh my God!
damn.
2 for 3. Okay.
Damn,
Alrighty.
bro.
Now it's what do you think
I
it's
got this one.
Chewy's favorite
I think I
time
got this
catcher?
one right
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see.
See, it's the new school and the old school. You know what I mean? Big brother, little brother. We gotta get your brother in here. You
Yeah,
know,
for sure.
This will be a lot of fun.
We'll definitely get him in here.
My
Yeah.
favorite catcher, offensive or defensive, or just overall?
Yeah,
Overall.
Overall?
They could do a little bit both. It could be one. It's up to you.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the offensive mentality. My favorite catcher of all time.
Oh, I got this one.
I was about to say, my boy
I got
already
it.
getting
I
hits.
got it.
No, you know what?
He's
I
getting
got this
hits.
I got you going with defense or offense?
No,
Uh-huh.
offense.
Okay.
My
All right.
my
Go
all-time
ahead.
favorite catcher.
Take the Gus.
all-time favorite
Gus.
catcher.
Gus.
Mike Piazza.
Mike Piazza.
Oh,
for
my
sure.
God.
Damn.
Mike
It went
Piazza.
Not knowing each other to
Mike
knowing each other. Huh?
Piazza.
Okay.
Damn.
Mike Piazza
That
for
was
sure.
good.
Okay.
Piazza.
All
If
righty.
he would have gone defense, I would have gone with Pudge.
Pudge for sure.
All right.
See?
Let's see if we
See
can
that?
get
See
two
that?
more in. Let's
Come
see if
on,
we can
man.
get two more in. If not, we're gonna get one for sure.
Let's go one
What's
more.
your guys' favorite current MLB player?
Oh man.
So you
Ooh.
gotta write
Hold
that
on,
down.
man.
Try to guess his.
I can't even like.
Yeah.
I know.
It's the last one right here. Either somebody can go 3 for 4, or they can go
Here, try to guess
2
mine.
for 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to guess his.
Okay.
It's like penales right here.
Yeah, for sure.
Penalties right here. Man, bro.
Getting down to the wire.
Getting down to the wire, man.
It's like Kobe-esque right now. Are you gonna hit
There you
that
go.
final shot?
I hope
I think I got
spelled it.
this one.
I hope I spelled it correct. It's not a common last
Shohei Ohtani.
name. Oh no. My
DJ
favorite-
LeMahieu.
Yeah, DJ LeMahieu from the Yankees. DJ
man.
LeMahieu.
That's crazy.
How
Mr.
do I-
LSU.
Yeah.
Mr.
man.
won a hitting title.
Yeah, he is a fan. He's always
AL
talking about
and
it.
NL.
He's always talking about we want to go watch the Yankees.
Yeah, we're gonna watch the Yankees, and he made his comeback
day,
that
yeah,
day.
that day.
He's got
Okay.
that middle
I thought you were
oppo
gonna go with
approach that
Shohei
we
because of your
preach.
Instagram though.
So now it's your turn. He's got to guess your
Favorite current?
favorite.
I might as
current.
well, right?
Go ahead. Yeah. I mean, you can
Hey,
yell this one out. If
the
you
worst that
want.
can happen is I get it wrong.
Let's see, man.
Right?
I think, man, I don't even know who these guys are nowadays, man. But oh man, let me see. I'm gonna go with one of my. I'm gonna go with
You can't tell me because I have to guess it. All right.
Yep.
man, let me see. Let me see. I think I'm gonna go with this guy here, man.
Watch me nail it right now. From the 3-point line.
Mm.
Swoosh.
Go ahead.
Ready?
Go ahead. Let me see.
I'm gonna go with Fernando Tatis Jr.
Nah. That's a good one though. I went with Mookie Betts.
Oh,
Mookie Betts.
hey,
All
that's a
right.
sitty
That's
one
my
right
guy.
there. That's a sneaky one.
That's
thought it was
my
gonna be
guy
Fernando
right there.
Tatis.
Yeah, damn. That was good. That was a good guess though.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that was a really good guess.
Wow, man.
Isn't that why we
Well,
have the Padre Braves uniforms because of the
no,
show
that's
pods?
because of the Halversons.
Oh,
Convinced
that's
me.
right.
That was good.
Shout out
but
to Mr.
not,
Halverson.
Yep.
yeah,
Shout out to
man.
them.
Well, that's coming. That's wrapping up our
That was good,
episode
man.
right there,
that went by
man.
quick.
It really did.
It did.
Hey, I gotta go
hour
watch
long.
Bad Boys.
We gotta
Ride or
watch
Die,
Bad Boys,
baby.
man. It better be good. I know it's gonna be good. I'm excited.
Come on, Martin
I might join
Lawrence
you guys.
And
Let's make it happen, man.
Who else? Martin Lawrence and
Will Smith. Will Smith.
It's gonna be good.
Come on, man. But yeah, man. Shout out to you guys again for tuning in
Yeah.
and
Thank you guys for
watching
having
us.
me.
Yeah,
This was
man.
really-
Some
this was
sponsors
really
out
fun.
there.
Yeah.
Some
Bro,
sponsors.
thanks
If
for
you guys,
coming.
yeah,
It
any
was an honor
sponsors,
having you
anybody
here.
wants to go in there, let us
Anybody
know.
wants to sponsor you guys with a fan? That would be amazing.
Oh man, that's true.
Target.
I ain't gonna lie, the summer's hitting and
Oh, hey,
it wasn't this hot.
I want to
until
make
now.
a quick announcement if it's
Yes.
possible.
Of course.
June 23rd. It's a Sunday at Dodger
that's-
Stadium.
Yeah,
Game starts at 1. No, game starts at 2 p.m. It's LAPD baseball versus LA County Sheriffs,
Yeah.
honoring
my cousin,
your
Manino.
cousin,
Freddie
the late
Flores.
Freddie Flores. May you rest in peace.
In peace.
There's gonna be the concession stands will be open. They're gonna sell beer for you guys that want to go watch a ball game. There's gonna be raffles there. It should be a good time.
Yeah.
It's only open to about 500 people.
Okay.
And I think there's there's quite some few tickets left, but I told my partner, Officer Scott, that I would send him a shutout and talk about it. Hopefully, June 23rd at Dodger Stadium. Go check out LAPD versus Sheriff. Should be fun. And it's for a great cause.
We'll be in Cary, but yeah.
Okay, it's for a good cause.
Definitely. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. We got